Well, it's terrific to be back with you, Blake. Redden. It's a little bit of a reunion of the old form here, the good form team, that is, the old firm, I should say. I've got form and firm mixed up here. But look, we're going to do 5 races for the Metropolitan meeting this week on the Saturday night at Tabcorp Park. Melton, you've been looking after things recently, so you should know all the form. We'll go to you for the tips, and I'll just be leading you in. And we'll start with the feature square gating race. Small field, lucky to squeeze in 6 runners and make a race of it. But 2 real superstars resuming, including the champion Keystone, who's been opened $1.15 with the tab. Is that too short, and who have you tipped on top?
Yes, it's too short, but I've still got him on top, so I'm not giving you much there. He's trialled very well at Bendigo behind Massini. Glenferrie Typhoon, the obvious danger. Maryborough, sorry.
That's all right.
Behind Massini. Glenferrie Typhoon, the obvious danger. He's $4.80, I think, fixed odds. Yep. There should be less between them, obviously. Glenferrie Typhoon, the only time I think he's parked Keystone was able to beat him in the George Gath at Shepparton. So if he does go forward, I don't know what your thoughts are. Maritime's very quick, but would you want to hold the lead over the middle distance?
It's a tough race to work out because, as we just alluded to, Glenferrie Typhoon and Keystone both first up from a break, reasonably long breaks.
Yep.
They both seem very fit in their trials, particularly Glenferrie Typhoon, but it just depends how much they want to press the button. Of course, Maritime will be leading early. You think she'll hold it?
Yeah, I don't know whether she'll hold the lead, but she'll certainly lead early.
All right, so you're going Keystone on top?
Keystone beat Glenferrie Typhoon, Maritime and Savannah JJ.
But too short.
Yeah, too short.
Race 6 on the program. Race 5 on the program is the first leg of the quad. It's the N&J Carlin Painting Services Pace. This is a great race. Enormous amount of gate speed here. We saw a couple of weeks ago in an M1 only, they went 26-1 off the arm. It's a similar composition here in terms of runners. How do you see the race?
Yeah, probably Chilled Desire not being there makes it a little easier for Up and Adam. Look, I think it's probably a race in 2 between Up and Adam, who if he does find the front quickly...
Race in 2?
Potentially.
I'm looking forward to this.
If Up and Adam does find the front quickly, he's obviously going to give a massive side. I think he went 151.9. It was only just got by the good Glen Craven horse, Jillaby Jagger, last time, or 2 starts ago. So if he does find the front and run along, he's going to be hard to catch, but he just can't burn as early this time as he did last. If there is to be a danger for me, it's Johnny Fox. I think he's racing really well. He's got a good claim into this race with Nathan Purdon on board, and if he does get the right run into transit, I think he's the key danger. Obviously Cyrus, he's the one that if he holds up behind the leader or even is able to lead, he's going to be some sort of sneaky chance to hold them off. Mac Doro's racing well, but probably a bit of a step up. Mr. Levan, the other one. Probably a race in 2 for me.
I reckon it's a race in like 5 or something like that, and I think Jivin Cullen's actually quicker than Chilled Desire, but that would be better for Up and Adam, because if Jivin Cullen gets across Cyrus, I think it'll be more than happy to hand up to Up and Adam. So really interesting first 200 or 300 metres here. If they break, say, 27 seconds again, I think Johnny Fox is definitely right in the mix. Mr. Levan could be good odds, and Mac Doro just needs a bit of fortune from the draw as well. I agree. Race 6 on the program is the feature Pace, the VHRSC Classic. Another small field. Restrepo's back. 20 months off the scene, he's been to stud duty, he's back on track, and Hoka Punter, who was phenomenal despite not winning last start.
Never retired either, Restrepo, but he's got the barrier draw, he's got the pole. Look, I think, again, the market is probably too far apart. I think a Hoka Punter's $1.60, Restrepo $4.
Yeah.
We know how good Restrepo is at his best, and he's drawn underneath a Hoka Punter. So I did think last week a Hoka Punter looked massive in condition. He should be a lot fitter for that run.
You made mention.
Did make mention of it a couple of times, but it's true, he looked very big in condition. He should be better for the run. He's obviously the class factor, so not much between them. I'd probably lean to putting Restrepo on top just to create a bit of interest, I guess. A Hoka Punter, the obvious danger. Look, 5-star Anvil's racing really well. All of them are racing well. Munch Bromax going well at massive odds, 50-1. I could see him running into 3rd, so really tough race, but the top 2 probably pick themselves.
And obviously Restrepo trolling like an absolute demon in a minute, as are all of the returning stars for Emma Stewart and Clayton Tonkin. Race 7 on the program, 3rd leg of the quad. Looks a bit more clear cut here, but the best horses have got the worst draws, as we know. Burn a Hole in My Pocket inside the second row at over 17.20 at Melton. It's off in a graveyard, but he's the best horse in the race. Have you got him on top?
Yeah, this is where we split the quaddies. I'd say that him and Motu Gate Crasher are probably class runners, but as you say, poor draws. Thought he was okay first up, Burn a Hole in My Pocket. Maybe not his brilliant best, but I think he'll improve off it. It was still a good 3rd behind Motu Gate Crasher and co. So if he does get off the inside earlier, if he gets a bit of luck, then I'm expecting him to be really hard to beat. But Motu Gate Crasher is going to be thereabouts. I would probably elevate them above the likes of Allies Mate, who's racing really well this preparation. I think Just Pratel's a sneaky chance. Christmas Jolt, Fire Up Franco. Game we play, he's not one of mine, but I could see him throwing him into another late quaddie, so he's probably the other one. But really interesting race. maybe burn a hole in my pocket the horse to beat.
I've got burn a hole in my pocket clearly on top. I think it might even be able to stay in front of Motor Gate Crasher earlier. I think that would nearly decide the race. Sullenberger is the other one I'd be throwing in that you didn't mention.
Yep.
Sully, terrific
Needs a
film
bit of
too. I
luck.
saw that
Yep,
in my
good.
break. 4.5 stars
film.
from me. Race 8, the last leg of the quaddie, and it's a trot. It's a standing start trot. Tough way to finish the quad. I'm a massive KD Muscles fan. I just absolutely love her. I'm not sure she's as well suited from the stand as she is from the mobile, but I think she gets to the front anyway. Have you got something for us here?
No, I can't offer a lot to the conversation. I think it's probably a race where you're playing a bit wider. It's Getting Cold is racing well, as is Old Cryview Wins. Glorious Finale was a really good winner last time out. So I'd be throwing all those in with KD Muscles and maybe even a Majestic SJ or Santa Monica at their best. So tough race to finish the quaddie for me.
What's your best on the program, Baker Boy? Have you got something for us at Flip of the Coin or something like that?
No, I think Restrepo to beat Hoka Punter would be the way I was going if I was looking for some value. But outside of that, I'll be tuning into your coverage this week and enjoying the racing.
Well, Blake's tips will pop up on the screen as we speak. But if I was going for a little bit of value, I think Glenferrie Typhoon can beat Keystone Dale. And even better than that, last race in the program, Chauveau Rainbow, I think, can find the front over the short course. Matatoki's there, but there's two of him. And I think it, who knows, between $8 and $16. I've got no idea what price it'll turn up, Chauveau Rainbow, to be honest, but I think it'll be in front, and I think it'll give you a great run for your cash. Thanks so much for joining us for the Good Form preview. We're so happy to be back together. And for this Saturday night at Tabcorp Park, good luck and good punting.